Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear Excellency, to Kiai Haji Mutawakil Allah SIM as the Director of Zainul Hasan Islamic University, and Excellency to Associate Dr. Abdul Aziz Wahab Ainagi as Director of Zainul Hasan Islamic University, and respected to Dr. Zainul MPD as the Head of English Study Program, and honorable to my supervisor, Associate Dr. Muhammad Hidul Islam, and also Mr. Ferry Ferdianto MPD, and all of the examiners here, and unforgettable to my beloved parents, my family, all of my friends and audiences who are loved by our God. Amen. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Wiwik Andriyani, and I'm from the last semester in English Education Department. In this occasion, I would like to present my research entitled Pony Guided Reading for Students Pronunciation Accuracy. Okay, here about the research background. Pronunciation is an essential skill for effective communication in English learning. So here, pronunciation is one of the most important skills in English, because they have limited exposure to authentic English pronunciations. However, many elementary school students still pronounce English words based on Indonesian pronunciation pattern. So here, based on my preliminary observation at the Nur Islam School, here, Pony Guided Reading support student pronunciation accuracy in the rural elementary EFL classroom. So, this study explored the implementation of Pony Guided Reading to become the learning approach to support students' responses and challenges during its implementations. And this research background formulated with the research problem and also objectives. Next year. Here about the research problem. The first, how is Pony Guided Reading implemented to support student pronunciation accuracy? And the second problem here, how do students respond to the implementation of Pony Guided Reading? And the third, what challenges are encountered during the implementation of Pony Guided Reading? And this study also have three objectives here. The first is to describe the implementation of Pony Guided Reading to support student pronunciation accuracy. And the second objective is to identify the student responses toward the implementation of Pony Guided Reading. And the third is to identify the challenges encountered during the implementation of Pony Guided Reading. So here, this research problem and also this research objective become the main focus of this study. Next. Here about the theoretical applications. This study based on three main concepts. The first about pronunciation, which refers to the ability to pronounce this English word based on accurately for effective communications. And here about the phonics. Phonics helps students to understand the relationship between letter and sounds. And if they understand about the relationship between letter and sound, it makes them easier to learn about pronunciation in a more systematic way. And the third, about Pony Guided Reading here. Pony Guided Reading.
For a moment, the video pause. Yeah. Alright, not really. Video.
Okay, the third here, Pony Guided Reading. Pony Guided Reading is the combinations with the pony and guided reading. These activities help students to improve their reading skill and also good pronunciation here. And three main concepts here become the theoretical foundation of this study. And next. here about the previous studies. The previous study provide positive contribution in English. The first irony here explain phonics improve student reading and pronunciation skill. And second, reported phonics instruction support pronunciation development. And Popal explained that guided reading enhance students' reading ability and participations. So almost the previous study here is focused on the effectiveness of phonics or guided reading to improving student outcome. So only a few studies explore the implementation of phonics guided reading. There is the gap here and I feel it. I try to explore the implementation of phonics guided reading to support student pronunciation accuracy. Next. Okay, after I explain all of them, here about the research method used in the study. But first here about the research design. Research design employ the qualitative descriptive design because it's aimed to explore and describe the implementation of phonics guided reading. Here to support students' pronunciation and also challenges to know about the implementation of phonics guided reading here, to know the improving of the student pronunciation accuracy. And about the participant here, there is the English teacher and also elementary student, 15 elementary students from the Nur Hayatul Islam School. And about the data collections here, the data were collected with the observation classroom and also interview with one teacher and 10 students. Of course, from the Madrasah Ibtidaiyah Nur Hayatul Islam schools, and also documentations to support the research finding. And here, after the collecting the data, we analyze the data with the interactive models here by Miles Huberman and Saldana, which consists with data condensation, data display, and also conclusion drawing. Okay, after we research a method here, after collecting and also analyzing the data, the researcher obtained the several important findings here. There is three important findings. The first about implementation of phonics guided reading. Here there is 4 points: introducing letter sound, teaching sound letter relationship, guided reading practice, and teacher feedback and pronunciation corrections. So here, the teacher introduced English, sound, and letter. And after that, they explain the relationship between letter and sound. And after that, the student practice with the guidance reading. Practice with the guidance reading, and the teacher provide feedback and corrected their pronunciation. So these activities help students to learn pronunciation in systematic way. And next here about the student responses. Number 2, students become more active during learning, students show greater, and students were more engaged and motivated. Here, in the point 2, students give the positive response. Give the positive response here. They become more active to learn about English. More active here during learning activities. And also, they show greater confidence to pronounce English words. And they more motivated and also more willing to learning and teaching process during the phonics guided reading activities. And beside number 1 and number 2 is a positive finding. Here, the study also identified the challenge encountered during the implementations. Here, the first student still influenced with Indonesian pronunciation pattern. This is the challenges of this finding. And also some English sound were unfamiliar to students. So this is become more difficult for them to pronunciation accurately. And the third student had different learning abilities and learning pace. So here, the teacher needs to provide continuous and regular pronunciation practice to improve their reading skill and also pronunciation accuracy. Next, here about the discussions. Okay, conclusion of this study. First, polyglot reading was successfully implemented through systematic pronunciation activities. And also students become more active, more confident, and also more motivated, more willing to learn about English or pronunciation English. And despite several challenges, polyglot reading effectively supports student pronunciation accuracy. Maybe that's all from me. And if there are questions,
Okay, questions from the audience? Yes, you?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Good
wabarakatuh.
afternoon.
For your presentation, my name is Zainul. I'm first semester student from department. I would like to ask you some questions. Why did you choose polyglot as the focus of your study?
okay. Thank you for your nice question here. Why I choose the polyglot reading for the focus of my study here? Okay, this is the good combinations about the phonic and guided reading. This is the combinations about the phonic instructions to help students to understand the relationship between letter and sound. If they understand about the relationship, they become more active and also become easier for them to pronounce in English. And if they know about this, there is a guided reading to support them. There is opportunity to apply the knowledge of phonic, guided reading activities, and teacher guidance here. So here, the student can improve their pronunciation with the phonic and also guided reading. Maybe that's all from me.
Okay, yes, you from the first semester. Yes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Zainul from the department. I'm a first semester student and I have one question for you. How do you define pronunciation accuracy?
Okay, thank you, Fatimah Zahro. About the divine pronunciation accuracy here. Pronunciation which refers to the ability to pronounce English word correctly. So here, by producing the pronunciation pattern, express word and also appropriate the sound. So this is help student to speak correctly and understandable. Maybe that's all, Fatimah Zahro.
Okay, nice. Next questions? Yes, please stand up.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah, I'm first semester students from the English Education Department. I have a question for you. What is the research gap in your study?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mister, about your question. What is the research gap of my study? I have told you here. Mostly a previous study, many previous study here focus on the effectiveness of phonic of guided reading. And here, they improving student learning outcomes. And here there is the gap because of only a few studies explore the implementation of phonic guided reading. So here there is the gap, and I feel it. I try to explore the implementation of phonic guided reading to support student pronunciation accuracy. Maybe that's all, sir.
Okay, the next questions? Yes, you stand up.
Okay, nice question, Miss Melissa here. How my findings benefit for the teacher? Okay, here the teacher can use these findings to help pony guided reading in the classroom. To use pony guided reading in the classroom, and the finding also show the importance guided reading. The teacher guided the reading activities from the students after explain about the relationship between letter and sound. And here there is also provide continuous and also regular pronunciation practice. So here the teacher they can use polyglot reading here to improve the student pronunciation accuracy. Maybe that's all, Miss Amelia.
Okay, other questions? Okay, maybe for Mr. Karim.
Okay, but we you have explained about the challenges in teaching pronunciation. We know that teaching or learning pronunciation is not easy. Okay, what is the biggest challenge or the biggest challenge that you face in this research, in doing this research?
Okay, thank you, sir, for your question here. About the biggest challenge of this finding here about this research. Here, the biggest challenges lies in the influence with the students. They still influence with the first language, their first language, Indonesian pronunciation pattern. They always use Indonesian pronunciation pattern in the English word. So here, the biggest challenges of this study, and also they had a different learning abilities and also learning pace. So here, the teacher need to provide continuous and regular pronunciation teaching to help students improve their pronunciation accuracies.
How long you can change that pattern that the students and how long the time you need?
Maybe here, how long the time we need, we have to repeat it in a long time, maybe 1 or 2 months, or here the 3 until 4 meeting to make them easy and make the pattern become easy and also pronunciation from them good. Here, sir.
I think it's better if we have another microphone, Pak Ferry. No questions from me, Wiwik. Maybe just the last statement here from Pak Zai, because I know Wiwik since the first time Wiwik come to this campus. Yeah. Becoming Wiwik is not easy. I know her. Yeah, since first semester, second semester, everything is not smooth. She is different with others, and then finally she get married in the fourth semester or fifth semester. Yeah. And then in the sixth semester, when PPLK, she got pregnant at the time, very big pregnant, if I'm not mistaken. 7 or 8 months at a time, and then she almost failed in joining PPLK at the time, and then I tried to convince the faculty it's okay if this special for Wiwik she can choose wherever the school about PPLK at the time, and then finally she has a baby, girl or boy, Wiwi? Girl, yeah, daughter, very beautiful like Wiwi. So I hope her daughter will have inspirations for her mother, strong mother, I think. Once more time, give applause to Wiwi. Okay, now Wiwi, closing statement.
Okay, thank you very much. And for the last, I want to say thank you very much to Mr. Ken. And also Mr. Zainul baby have supported me from the first semester until the last semester here. Big thanks for all of you have supported me until here. And that's all from me. If there are many mistakes, please forgive me. And the last I say is Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wow.